Frank Darabont directed like 2 or 3 of these episodes.
They're really good ones.
Yeah, honestly. And then there's
Sean Levy.
Sean Levy and the Duffer Brothers directed this one. Oh boy.
Oh, mega ass. Mega.
Nice hat. Hey, a hat.
Hats off! Get the hats! Get the hats!
Hats. You need hats.
All right, we're live. Guys, Stranger Things ended its 10-year run last week, and us here at the Well-Headed Cinema Club are going to go around and talk about the season finale, Stranger Things Season 5 as a whole, and what we think about the show in its totality now. So, nothing to go around with it. Let's just jump right in, fellas. Do we want to go episode by episode, or...
I don't know, man. I think it's just going to be like the finale, man. Do we really go into the volume 2? Unless, I mean, you can reference it, I suppose.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine.
Knee-jerk reaction, I think. Did you like how the ending or not? I think, Micah, you can go first.
I guess, like, not really, but I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
The ending was enough that I was just like, all right,
yeah.
this thing that I liked actually ended season 2. It's fine.
I felt kind of the way, initially, I was kind of like, okay, I like the epilogue enough where I was like, fine, it's over. I didn't feel the same way like Game of Thrones did, but yeah, it wasn't great. I didn't love it. Definitely not my thing. Eric, what'd you think?
Yeah, knee-jerk reaction. I mean, I think that last episode is almost 2 things, right? It's not like it is a cohesive story, but like it's an hour-long season finale, and then it's an epilogue,
yeah.
Right?
I like the epilogue.
And to me, it seemed like the Duffer Brothers, for the entirety of season 5, wrote the epilogue first and kind of worked backwards, and everything maybe in the middle kind of got a little jumbled. And if it was ultimately leading towards, you know, a giant CGI monster, that first half, that's very akin to season 3, which was never really my cup of tea when it came to Stranger Things. It always seemed a little over the top. And so that's ultimately where it was going in season 5. A little rushed in terms of that final battle, I'd say. Not my favorite way. A lot of emotional payoffs. We can get more into that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's both satisfying but mediocre. It's paradoxical in nature.
I get it.
That episode.
I've seen people talking about that. Like someone with the Oppenheimer clip where they're like, how can it be both like satisfying and dog shit? Yeah. It can. It's both. I just feel like it's, to me, in the simplest way, it's like I told you a long, complicated story with all these moving parts and build up, and at the end you're like, and what happened? And they fought the monster and lived happily ever after. The end. You know what I mean? That's how it felt. You telling me it just ended with a 6-minute kaiju battle against the spider from Wild Wild West? I don't like. Michael, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. There were just times where, like, what am I looking at? I don't know. Teeny tiny 11 run like force running up to the thing. All of that was just incredibly hard. I mean, the Mind Flayer took all this time, I guess, to get a physical form and then immediately get shot to death. Was just so fucking lame. I don't know. The Billy monster was much scarier.
They fought. That took way harder for them to kill that thing too.
Yeah, and that was much smaller. You know. Also, how scary is it that it's made out of your friends and neighbors?
Exactly.
A little extra horror. This was made out of whatever. And
the missing Demogorgons.
yeah. Just to have it in a place that we like, and the show spent almost no time is strange.
Yeah. And it looks worse, I think, than it did before, even though we only saw it once. Like,
Turn the lights down. Turn the lights down.
Yeah. Oh my god.
A little bit. I was seeing way too much, and it just looked goofy as hell.
I was watching it with Kylie. I'm like trying to think like, what does this remind me of? I know some people pulled out like the Linkin Park video. For me, I'm like, this looks like Joss Whedon's Justice League. That finale to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't like. It's just
tough.
I'm like, I know like the CGI's gotten worse because even they keep showing the clips of Vecna Henry when you see Dimension X for the first time in the 4th season. I'm like. It looks way better. Why did you? I don't know why they put them on like this weird, like sandy green screen.
Yeah, it was pretty uninspired. That
He was so easy to kill, and then killing Vecna didn't bother Will at all. That's fine.
Nope.
Where are the demo anythings?
I don't know, man. Everything that comes out after this now is making me hate it more because everyone's like, yeah, what happened to this thing? And I'm like. Yeah,
that's where they're from. They're not there. They're not in the Upside Down. Where are they?
Where are they? Did they just kill all those pregnant women in the Upside Down? Somebody pointed out. I'm like, oh my god, where did they go?
Never brought up or addressed again.
Yeah, let's go around and talk about the things that are unanswered.
I mean, that could just be a lie. Like Callie really, really wanted Elle to kill herself, and just maybe she was like, "Would a bunch of pregnant women do it?" Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who fucking knows? Who knows? Who cares?
We can get to the Mike thing, obviously, and the Elle thing, but I feel like going around and talking about things that are unanswered, or just like kind of overlooked maybe with the writing. Yeah. So they killed all the pregnant women in the Upside Down.
They never address it.
Yeah, Mike does with his bomb.
Yeah. What else? So the army's cool with it. Nancy Wheeler shot 6 dudes.
And they're just like, yeah.
And the army's like, you can go now. You can go. Right?
They do that whole bit where, Mike's like, and I like the ending with that, like in that sense, kind of when Mike goes like, well, the powers, like the idea that like she wouldn't be able to use her powers, do that. And I'm like, okay, so it was Mike hallucinating.
Well, you would think maybe the showrunners would be able to clarify, but they were like, whatever.
Yeah, I love that. Like, oh, the Demogorgons, he wasn't expecting them. We forgot.
Yeah. Demogorgons never showed up.
Is Elle alive? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Demo bats never showed up. They had an absolute posse not even in their world, in the Upside Down last season. And you couldn't step on a vine without getting swarmed. Now, it's chill. You can have a military base down there.
According to the Duffers, Breckner was really surprised by the attack, and that's why no one was around. That's what they said. He was like, just wasn't expecting it.
Wasn't he literally ready for them? Wasn't he literally fucking with Hopper a half hour before?
That was one of the coolest scenes, I thought.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought I never actually bought any of the death fake outs. As soon as that Steve cut to black thing happened, I was like, oh, okay, so just nobody's dying. That's
I
what we're
felt
doing.
insulted, honestly. I was like, you have no respect for me at all.
Yeah.
To think that I'm gonna. Yeah, and then the cut.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with Micah. I thought the Hopper fucking with Hopper scene was a good scene, and I thought I was excited where they were going with it. I thought that was gonna be an interesting concept. Maybe Hopper did shoot Elle. It adds a little bit more stakes to this.
Yeah.
And that's something that's I think we've all been complaining about a lot through season 5. But ultimately, the way the show ended, there were no real stakes.
No stakes. They've got this cast of increasingly bloated cast of characters that now they don't have none of them. There's no stakes with them, and now they just don't have enough for all of them to do. So now they're teaming up, which kind of worked in season 4 because they spread it out. You know what I mean? You had clusters. There was a point where Joyce, keep in mind, who was the main character essentially of the show not that long ago, I forgot she was in the crew because she didn't have her first line until 45 minutes in the episode, and she's in Dimension. She says something. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't know you were with us, Joyce. Where were you?
She was Will's handler. She was there to watch Will.
And a Murray, I'm he's basically just sitting around until he jumps in a helicopter. And I thought maybe, okay, well, they're going to kill him.
Gonna go, yeah. The way he was ramping up for that run, I was like, ooh, what are we doing?
I don't think it would have been would have saved everything, but it would have made me at least be like, oh, well, at least somebody died.
I mean, if you think about it, depending on how you feel about the ending, even they faked out Callie's death until the end. They still pulled a fast one. It's lame as hell. I don't know.
It was too safe. I think we can all agree on that. And ultimately,
I don't need a million deaths, but it was safe. Like you were saying, Eric.
No, yeah. I think ultimately the Duffer Brothers are trying to they're making the argument, right, that this isn't Game of Thrones. They're really trying to turn this more into hey, this is an 80s coming of age, Stand By Me, E.T., where all those the Goonies, kids.
Okay, it was.
Yeah, and that's ultimate when you look back at the whole show. I think that's what they're trying to give you as the takeaway. When this always started more as a horror, sci-fi, in my opinion. Obviously it had those Goonies vibes, but Elle disappeared at the end of season 1. Hopper dies at the end of season 3. At the end of season 4, Max goes into a coma. None of that ever pans. No one dies.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's
Eddie and Billy.
You also can't call. Yeah, nobody got hurt. He goes, the gang's a little banged up, but we got it. I'm like, nobody even got hit. But
a giant spider was
yeah.
And you guys were weaving.
The plan went
That's crazy.
Perfect.
That's my thing, Eric.
Yeah.
They're trying to be this is a show, an 80s show like the Goonies or Stand By Me. That's not that kind of show. That ended, you ended that show with a giant kaiju fight. You ended it on the like, you know what I mean? Like that you can't call like this is about kids on bikes. That's why people didn't die. Oh really? What? Like look what happened. The thing, and my thing is too is like if you're talking about we're not going to kill characters like that, and the reason why the lack of stakes is really insulting is that I believe I counted 8 death fake outs in that final episode. That's too many, and I didn't believe a single one of them was going to happen, and I was right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because, I mean, to speak to their plan that went perfect, I was watching with Mike, and we couldn't believe that their plan was to have one of the rifts match up perfectly with the radio tower. We were like, that's the plan? And they were like, oh no, guys, the rift is slightly off.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a miracle that you even got close. I can't believe that was the plan. I thought it would have been one big rift, and I was like, oh, okay, they'll just kind of like wiggle their way up. But no, they were like, oh no, this tiny rift is slightly off.
Well, remember, they're all like appraising Steve because they're like, that's a genius plan. Because they're like, remember when Hopper suggests the chopper? They're like, how you gonna get through the rifts, dumbass? He's like, all right. And then Steve's like, the
chopper would have been way better because you could have at least picked and chose.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, oh no, it's coming, you could have just like lowered the altitude. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't care about anything with Holly and all that stuff. I didn't care about. I did want
to bring up that whole Henry facing his trauma scene and the ultimate, like, I feel like it almost cuts Vecna's story at the knees because when you introduce him in season 4, season 4 for all it is, I loved all that background stuff with him and Elle in Hawkins' lab. I thought those were like it adds a lot of it adds a lot of tension. He's a creepy villain. He rarely interacts with Elle this season. There like one line he says to her is like, "So you really want to die?" Like, that's really that has nothing to do with their relationship. They have a lot of history never talked about in season 5. And when he talk about his background, where he picks up this glowing rock, which is that explained in the play?
Apparently, it's going to be in the prequel. They're the spin-off.
Yeah, the play, the rock thing takes him to that weird sand dimension where the Mind Flayer infects him and then drops him back, and he doesn't remember that. And
in the play?
Yeah. So he's taken there, gets possessed by the Mind Flayer, like Will, and then is just dropped back, doesn't remember it at all. Now he's just weird. And they, in the play, I guess, since it doesn't matter anymore, they have it very much that he's victimized by the Mind Flayer, like he's a victim. And then, like, the scene you were talking about, Eric, like, he addresses that. He's like, well, actually, I am evil.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
Well, I mean, how do we like it? Would we have preferred he goes full Darth Vader redemption arc and they fight the Mind Flayer, or would you rather see him just stay evil?
Stay evil, bro. Not everyone needs to
stays evil. Yeah.
I don't even like that they asked the question. Will, that's some soft-ass shit from you. This guy has kidnapped you how many times and fucked with your mind? Not that we get to see that scene or anything, but he's been fucking with your mind, and you're like, actually, we're alike, you and me. I'm like, dude, sack up.
I love how the Mind Flayer, right, as before, has been this just ethereal, like, it's this hype, it's so powerful. Big. And you and maybe you have Vecna as, like, he's your physical guy. He's going out there. Y'all tried to do that little meat puppet thing, because he get to the manifest in the real world, didn't really work. I just find it kind of insulting that your big plan, which, by the way, was just a plot of Transformers Dark of the Moon, the final sequence. Yeah. That's so stupid. Yeah. So fucking stupid to me. Yeah. It's like, so, isn't that what happens at the end of Dark of the Moon? They're like, no, it's different. Bringing them in. But I think it's kind of dumb to be like, okay, now it used to be a thing you couldn't kill. We don't even know how to kill me. But unless I literally give myself a beating fucking heart, let's make that.
What was his plan when he got to Earth? They've got like 1 million Nancy Wheelers. If he had won, he would have created 1 million Nancy Wheelers.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's my thing too. Is like, what would be the plan? Like, it feels like with what they're building, I thought it was like possession and the dogs and the vines. That's how they're going to take over Earth. We have proved that he would have got his. What were we even worried about? He would have got his shit clapped right when he got through the gate.
Kaiju would have gotten locked up.
Yeah,
like, he would have
immediately boomsticked.
Look what he did with the Demogorgons and Vecna, just going in that base. That base would have taken care of Wild Wild West Spider immediately.
I can't believe, like, again, like, the show, season 5 ended with episode 4. Because what do you mean he cleaned house as just stepping through, and then it's like, nah, the fat kid is actually going to win the tug of war over Holly.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, I didn't think about that.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I do agree with you, Micah. I thought Volume 1 was the strongest parts of Season 5. It seemed like, again, they had their epilogue written. They could build out from the beginning, and then they just didn't know how to finish it out. Like, they never were able to come to a cohesive ending.
You can just skip the middle chunk and start the finale, and nothing has changed. Holly is back in Dimension X. Back in the
it's just the reveal of the tube. It's really the only thing that happens. The upside having hard but if you can probably piece that together pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It just took all with everything they did, but I still like season 4. They took all the mysticism out of any of this, and now including even things that were set up later, where suddenly it's like, what is the upside down? Like, what's going on? What is the mind? No, now there's just a tube. It's just a portal. There's nothing cool about the upside down anymore. And now the mind flare thing is just, he simplified himself into a big ass spider. I don't know, man. I was really not a fan of any of this.
I think
mostly.
the Duffer Brothers. I think we're all complaining a lot. Like we've done 15 minutes about complaining about the writing.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
And I think at the end of the day, like they're not the strongest writers. That writing team maybe just they wrote all these questions. That's what this show has been built on, the premise of like mystery solving, Scooby-Doo and shit. And they wrote all these questions. You finally have to answer them. And there's a bit of a cop-out. Like, how do we give a satisfying answer to what the Upside Down is? We don't. Let's build just another planet and have them go over there. Like,
which is wild.
I just love the thing they said stuff, too, where it's like, people go like, well, like, it's a lot of characters like this and that. Like, at the time, I'm like, well, you only had an unlimited budget and 4 years to do whatever the fuck you want. So the answer is that you either didn't want to or you didn't know how to.
Do you guys think the divorce played a role? Do you think she was ghostwriting this whole thing?
I heard something about that. Was she in the writer's room? This one, I don't understand what happened.
She has her own Netflix projects. Not that they're much better, but same vein, teenage horror.
Yeah.
There was a weird part too. Did you guys notice that? I was so surprised. This is kind of a side thing that Frank Darabont directed like 2 or 3 of these episodes.
They're really good ones.
Yeah, honestly, and then there's a. Well,
Sean
Levy and the Duffer Brothers directed this one. Oh boy!
Oh, mega ass.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they got on set and they were like, Finn Wolfhard's riffing on a level that's freaking sublime. Ow!
Dude, even I'm not even a huge Noah Schnapp, but I do love that even because he's an openly gay actor. Like he had a problem with the writing where he's like, when he in the coming out scene, which like, I only had a problem with it because it was kind of lengthy. When they were like, and I like,
yeah, that was.
Why are we okay with Spartacusing? We still fuck with you. Like that's the part you decide to chop down is everyone else's response, not his big monologue.
I would have wished that somebody else was like, nah, I'm not cool with them. And so like, oh Jesus, and then Mike's like up.
I think it was Mike. It was Mike.
Mike's up there being like. Mike's up there being like,
get out of my. What you said?
Oh, sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm just saying, like, Mike's like up there. Mike was one of being like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Mike, bigger fish, bro. Like, it's just funny to me. Also, you didn't know he was gay. You literally said to him you didn't like girls in the second season.
Yeah, he's just clocking them over and over again all throughout the show.
Yeah. Oh man, it was just and then there were just characters who didn't really have anything to contribute anymore. I feel like
they were all in that scene too. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said that the gang's like 30 fucking people now. Like,
yeah.
I love when Murray's
four of
like,
them play D&D. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's chop it down.
I don't think Max ever played D&D.
No. She was with 11. They don't like D&D.
Where's Erica?
Get Erica in there.
Yeah, Erica played.
That's your dog.
Also, I was screaming. I was crying at the whole epilogue with Jonathan, Nancy. Like, why are you talking like you're 30? You're 21. They're like, guys, like mortgages, kids.
They feel 30 because they are 30.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, Robin and Nancy hung out one time. Jonathan and Robin have never hung out, and Steve and Jonathan hate each other.
Steve is just the glue at that point. Yeah.
Like,
but they're.
You're not going to meet in Philly once a month. You're out of your mind.
Philly,
to Nancy's knowledge, Robin is like Steve's side piece.
Yeah.
She's just been dropping like, oh yeah, you sure ram it in there, Big Dick Steve. That's like, that's what they do.
That was crazy.
That's a crazy line. It did make me laugh, but it's just so out of place that it doesn't.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing? And
Like,
then her like,
funny,
I like
though.
dick scene. It's like, if I was Nancy, I'd be like, All right, they're getting their freak on all the time. She's rubbing it in my face.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, man. I'm telling you, there was something just so jarring. Because actually, like I said, I like the epilogue part in the, like, when the, like, Dungeons and Dragons scene kind of worked. But I'm saying, like, I'm listening to this dialogue, and I'm like, aren't they, like, 21 at most? And then they're sitting there being like, man, like, life's crazy. How things have changed. Like, the career's taking off. Kids, mortgages. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Overbearing partners? You mean she dumped Vicky off screen? That's crazy. Yeah. All this Enzo's talk and you dump her off screen. And after all that, exactly. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, no Vicky, no Murray. He's in
that.
Last time
Erica Zero Lines.
What's up?
Erica Zero Lines, I think.
I don't think she said anything. Erica didn't say shit, but I think the graduation.
No, she said the graduation. She also, like, complains about Lucas and Max making out. She's there, like.
No, the graduation was weird too because a lot of people like that one, but I have a problem. As far as the town knows, a lot of these students died. A lot of people died in this town, and they believe that Eddie had a pretty strong part in the deaths of a lot of those kids. And this kid rips. I know Dustin always had the Hellfire thing, but the school had a problem with that. And then he whips out a graduation. And I'm like, that's actually crazy insensitive to do. Like, I cannot believe that. And everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, weird. Weird
Did they
move.
not jump him like 18 months ago?
They did. Beat the shit out of him.
That's like also never brought up again.
Things, nope. Just with that one, the epilogue starts by showing the memorial, and they're saying it's an earthquake, and that's how they're gonna that's telling the audience what we're just supposed to accept that the military, everyone's accepted that everything that happened, they're just blaming it on an earthquake, which.
What are those 18-month earthquakes? You know, an 18-month earthquake.
Yeah. Where they quarantine the town because of an earthquake. Yeah.
But it's just too many things that built up. Like, because after season, like obviously season 1 and kind of 2 even, there was a little more deaths in 2. But by the end of 3, when 4 came out, I was kind of like, didn't like dozens of people die in the last season to become his burger, monster?
Yeah.
But I was willing to kind of like be like, okay, like maybe we'll find out more about the consequences later. But now that 2 seasons later, I'm like, too much has happened here for everyone to be like, well, that's just how life is sometimes. Chaos. No. That didn't happen in my town.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. I feel like, Max's whole season 4 arc was her grieving Billy, who was an asshole, and we get one bench scene about 11. It's like, damn, crazy. Like, Hopper is suicidal, daughter alive, daughter blows herself up. He's fine.
I cannot believe, like, the things that they decided to harp on, and now like we spent a lot of time with Callie. I don't know, man. It's just an
Elle, kill yourself, please, Elle, please. Elle,
I was like, good. When they're like, you left Callie, and he's like, oh no, Callie. Murray's like,
yeah, he couldn't even lock in for
that whole Callie thing, right? The Mike's theory at the end. There's a lot of discourse. Did she make it out? Did she not? Callie was bleeding out. She was cooked. You're telling her, like, can you, like, stay alive for an hour, maybe 2 hours while I go fight this kaiju? And then, when the bomb goes off, and you're in the blast radius, by the way. You are in the blast radius, but use your powers and create an invisible me miles away. Can you do that for me real quick?
Yeah, really. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I got that. Bro, I'll be right on that.
Also, make me invisible. Sense where I am and make me invisible, by the way. Like,
yeah, what are the extent? Because what would have to happen is with the coordination, the synchronization on that, to be like, okay, once we're done, I'll message you telepathically saying, all right, we've wrapped up. Give me 30. I'm going to slip. Is that why Derek was looking at Mike like that? Because he wasn't sitting next to anybody?
Maybe.
That scene stuck out to me. Where he's like staring at Mike and he does like a weird wave.
Yeah,
it's like
that was funny too.
Mike's over there talking to himself. And he's like, what's going on over there? She's already gone. She never got in the van.
The theory is she never got in the van. She escaped through one of the other.
But she messed it, hopped out. Unbeknownst to everyone, went to the Radio Shack, which, didn't they find that? They found the Radio Shack.
Yeah, I thought so.
Why did they have, they're like, actually, let us step into this abandoned Radio Shack so we can interrogate this soldier. What's that? A secret tunnel in the corner? Caught. I don't know. I can't believe they were parking the radio van outside the church across the street from the base.
Yeah.
And they got arrested. And you don't see them again. You don't see the teacher or Erica.
Nope. Never again.
Until the epilogue.
That's another thing with Linda Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
What a waste.
What a waste.
Like, why bring her in for this show and give her nothing to do?
I'm telling you guys, like, this was, like, the thing that I really want to address with the show is that after Volume 1 came out and we talked about it, I was kind of like, was it not as good as I remember? Maybe I'm over validating that season. No. The writing had cliches. It wasn't perfect, but it was effective. If you go back and watch the other seasons, like, it is jarring. Pick your least favorite season. Like, there's some stuff from season 3 now that is so hilarious that what it is, because there's this crazy scene with Billy. It's talking like he's like, all this time we've been building it for you, and it's showing like kind of like the idea that this is all ramping to something. No, it wasn't. You didn't build shit.
No.
He's like, it's supposed to be intimidating, and it's supposed to be like, we're going to assimilate the world under me. No, we weren't. You were gonna make a big spider.
Yeah,
you're gonna make a big spider.
I cannot back that. Like, I actually didn't hate the design of that, but I'm like, didn't we already fight a smaller version of you?
Yeah. Try it again, I guess.
Worse trouble.
It was made a hamburger. Trouble. That shit was actually way scarier, by the way. Season 3 gets a bad rap. I actually put it as I put it above 2 now.
That's crazy.
Really?
You got to rewatch 2, man.
Season 1
is naked mind flayer. 3 is meat mind flayer.
True. I do it when 1 is obviously the best, but I kind of like 3. There's a certain
my favorite season.
Through 2.
To be honest,
1 is my favorite season, but I'm saying I like 2.
You said 3 is Eric?
2.
Oh, 2. Yeah.
3. Here's what I'll say about 3.
I like 4 a lot.
I like 4 too. 4 is actually really fun. It's like, but it's not a season of television. It's a.
Looking back at 4, I'm a little. That's when they were like, "What do we do?" Because like the whole California thing, nothing even supernatural happens. They're driving around.
I know. No, there was a lot of. It was, but like they could do it because they had just so much time and money to play with. They didn't even give a shit. I
guess.
Like my thing about season 3, I think that the Billy villain works. I understand that it doesn't really progress the whole like upside down plot anymore. But I guess I'm just because maybe this last season put it that there's a certain like they do a very like neon visual paint to
in the
it.
mall.
I kind of like it. Like it looks good. I was enjoying the story, but like I just like this season, man. I cannot like even just the visuals alone, man. I'm like this looks like ass. Why does it look so cheap?
I will say to season 3 that it's the most colorful, unique season in terms of going for that 80s like
the mall
retro
thing,
the mall was cool. And I always biggest thing is like there's a Russian base under the mall, and then I get angry.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's when we start to see the writing start to be like, they're really. I know. I go. By the way, that whole
slim and thin. Yeah,
Russians. That's never a thing. They completely ditched that too.
Yeah,
I know we got out of Russia
only
already.
For the moment. Only for the moment.
I know. It's just like makes you think about it, like because this show's been going on for so long, and now with like rewatches, it just makes you start to like be like, oh my god, look at all these things that they were like laying out, and I think that's why the finale stings most of all. So just because it's like. It feels incomplete. You know what I mean? It's cheap. It's lazy.
Yeah,
it's not like...
and I think Micah brought up a point maybe one episode or whenever we were talking about it. It's like, what is going to satisfy you for this ending? And I think that was ultimately the question, right? And the Duffers leaned into nostalgia bait and comfort and the safe side of things, right? Which to a lot of the audience is going to make them happy. Like
some people liked it. I'm like, I don't know how. Were we watching the same thing? Whatever.
To either kill or have Elle live off in isolation just seems like backwards. Like the poor lab girl, no dad, no boyfriend, no friends.
How'd she get to Iceland or where the hell she is, or Ireland, wherever she is, some isle?
Yeah, no way she knows what an airplane is. Come on, let's be real.
Passport. Coming out.
Let her on the plane.
Honestly, the way she was moving, she probably just like hit one of these and
right across the. Mike, you said something about this in the last time we talked about Stranger Things. Where you're like, they got like we didn't have to work. Things didn't have to happen. Elle got enough time to learn English to do a lot of these things. Because God, can you imagine season 11 trying to explain a lot of these things? You were trying to say like her trying to talk about what Vecna is like. She'd be like. Tube man. Like, he's like, I don't know, man. This thing was just oh god, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, someone else say something.
No, it was safe, too safe for some people, but at the end of the day, like they went safe, comfort.
Yeah.
They're saying we're treating this like it's again, E.T. That's
It's
how
not,
they want you to
though.
look back on the show.
Yes, totally.
And I mean, obviously, this thing has so many impressions. People are going to be. I mean, we're talking about it. Like, people are still talking about it.
I think it hurts the rewatchability of the show, is what it does.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I'd be honest with you. Like, now that I rewatch it recently, I'm not going to probably watch it for a long time, but I'd probably just stop after season 4. Oh, what
Honestly, a
happens?
happy ending is the end of season 2. Happy ending. Everyone's together again.
Yeah, season 3
And
has Hopper dying, but it
good.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
everyone's
agree.
together. Everyone's alive. Everyone's fine. If you want a happy ending, stop after
Yeah,
2.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's just like so funny to me that there's so much decisions are baffling, and I just find it funny that it's like when this season was coming out, we were talking about it on this pod. I was like, listen, man, I don't know what they surprised me with season 4. I think they're gonna surprise me again, and they actually shocked me how much they blew it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if you guys have much more to say about it. I just I think we all had the similar thing where it's like it's just everything felt cheap, and I feel like they did well enough to like put the characters in their final spots. They did okay enough at that like some people are like, it was a good ending for the characters, and I'm like, okay, but like the final battle was 6 minutes, and that was all it was.
Yeah. And
I don't think they killed their fan base
No,
enough with that. No,
it wasn't Game of Thrones level.
No, I don't think they killed their fan. Like, the general audience is behind this. Right?
Yeah.
There are more Stranger Things projects coming out. There's an animated show coming out this year. I think it's something like the Stranger Things Tales of '85. It's set between seasons 2 and 3. Same characters, different voice actors. So they're not done with Stranger Things. Like, they've talked about that. They're going to do some other like spin-off show.
I don't care about the kids.
Yeah,
I think this is honestly, if we're looking at Stranger Things as a property, like the Duffer Brothers played it safe, knowing that obviously they don't want to kill their fan base. So, and they got more projects ahead. So,
man, that's got to be. I got minimal expectations, and I got to wonder. You know what's funny is that I wonder now. You talk about like this. Remember the was it DB Weiss and David Benioff? Not saying this is as bad as that. I'm just saying they had all this. Like,
I don't
things
think
going.
it's that.
No, but you know, like how like they had all those projects coming, and then they ended up getting scrapped because of how bad Game of Thrones was. I don't think they're gonna scrap them. I don't think it's that bad. But was it Prime or Paramount that just paid for a new for the next Duffer Brothers show?
Yeah.
And I gotta make you wonder, like, ooh, I don't know how I feel. It's definitely like concerning because it kind of feels like they had a really great idea for a miniseries.
Yeah.
And they did.
Like a one season, they had one really good season in them.
A really great one, like a really actually like an excellent season of television. And then they were like, I mean, listen, your concept got stretched a little thin, guys. It's okay, but don't insult me by being like, no, like we've had this figured out. It's like, no, you didn't. Don't lie.
Like, we knew it was a wormhole back in season 3, and I was like, no, the fuck you didn't.
No, you didn't. You guys didn't even go to the Upside Down in season 3. He just fought the meat monster and Billy and the Red Ranger.
Yeah,
Power
the
Ranger.
Russians. It was because of the Russians in the mall, right?
It's like that's the whole thing. Like basically, like because L closes the Hawkins lab portal into season 2, and then in season 3, they're just like something's weird. Like there's a little bit. Oh, there's a little bit of the mind flare trapped in the.
That what comes out of Will is floating around.
It's floating around, and then it takes over Billy, and then now the only way he can do this, he has to basically assimilate other meat to make his little body and stuff. Yeah, and then there's also Go ahead, sorry.
Is the Mind Flayer more effective on his own than with Vecna? Body count way higher.
Oh, I think he was like Billy. What he was doing with Billy and them, like, was some scary shit. Like he had a lot of momentum
Billy was moving.
to clear this world. Like that fight with Billy took some fucking effort. That thing was throwing cars. It was actually. You know what the thing is too? Even with stakes, it's not just about killing. People are getting hurt at least. Like 11 had that thing in her leg.
Yeah.
In 3, like,
Lucas got hurt a little.
Yeah, no, people got banged up, and I don't think anyone did here. And when Dustin said that to Hopper, he's like, "Chief, the gang's bruised, but we got the bastard." I'm like, bruised?
Maybe someone tripped on the way out. Someone scuffed the toe scaling that wall really fast to go save Nancy.
Yeah.
I would have laughed. What if they didn't know? What if like Dimension X was like as what it was supposed to be? Well, they ditched that thread forever ago. But I meant more like, what if they climbed up through that little thing, and it was just swimming in Demogorgons? Like that would have been a really quick mission.
That was never gonna happen.
Oh my
Would have
God.
been like instant
Yeah,
toast.
somebody said no, the thing is made from the Demogorgons. Like, no, it's not. That's not what
Oh, well, if they had said that, at least, you know,
It would've
it's
made
better
something.
than just like they were busy.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
But we
I'm like,
never
bro,
saw them.
Didn't they
Yeah.
walk like miles to get to the thing?
There's no concept of distance in that CGI
Yeah.
space. You know, there's no distance.
In the
there's
Chronicles
no...
of Riddick planet. Fucking
Chronicles of Riddick at least had scale.
yeah.
It's just so like we're talking through all these things out loud. There's so many I feel like for us, and we're gonna rewrite season 5, and I'm not gonna get into a whole thing about. But
Yeah.
you add simple things like to make people do stuff. Like you have the army in the Upside Down fighting like a wave of demigorgons. Use that as your budget. Like some
Sure.
little big battle. Add the stake of time again, like you were doing in season 4, where you're fighting against the clock. Have the kids inside the mind flayer like choking or something. Add some stakes. I thought Elle and Henry's final fight in that dusty ass room inside the mind flayer was so boring.
It was boring.
It was
Yeah.
so uninspired. It wasn't not nearly as good as that fight in season 4 where they're fighting in memories. Like that was way better.
That's what I'm saying. The season 4 one, like the writing, it might have been a little bit, it's all over the place, right? But there were stakes.
Yeah, but you add also like you're cutting between multiple things, like
Yeah,
Robin
I
and
agree.
Nancy like fighting Vecna's real body, like
Yeah.
Hopper fighting a Demigorgon, like add stakes. They
Dustin,
don't all
is
need to
it
be
Dustin
in the
and them
same
there? Yeah.
place. During
Yeah.
that final battle, Hopper is just standing there doing nothing.
Oh, because he's
he
like
could be-
waiting.
Yeah,
he's waiting for the them to like call.
He could be fighting the military. He could be fighting Linda Hamilton. Like he could
Or-
be doing something.
Yeah, he could have shot Elle for real, and he's desperately trying to keep her body alive so she can finish this up.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
That'd have been great. Like maybe
While
he
the
really shot her and he's
Demogorgons
trying
are
to.
come get Elle also. And
There,
the
that
military.
could
Like,
have been something they could have done with the Demogorgons. Would be like, why aren't they here? Oh no, they should have been up here because they went.
They're
down.
trying to get Elle's body.
Like,
Like, wow, there you go. Look at that. Yeah, there you go.
That's money, though. That's
Something.
money, though. That's money, though.
That's money.
Yeah.
We spent all our budget on that scene at
Big
the end
spider.
of 4.
Big
Yeah,
spider.
big spider. Well, I heard them say something about that scene, which now is probably one of the better action scenes of the season.
Which
was
one?
The one at the end of the 4th episode, the sorcerer one with the.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, we wanted to go for our Children of Men one take. I'm like, don't you dare compare.
Well,
Yeah,
it is a
yeah.
lot more practical. As practical
It
as you
is.
can be.
I know, it's just funny. It's just like, I was like, how dare you? But it was, I actually, in hindsight, that was one of the better scenes in the show. Or
The high
season,
coming
not
off
the
of
show,
that
the
episode
season.
on Thanksgiving, the high coming off of that, only
Yeah.
to get fucking mollywopped on Christmas.
Well, yeah, on Christmas
Yeah.
I'm watching with Carly and her mom, and I'm like, what? Nothing happened.
Actually, I like the shock jock. I need
Yeah.
Will to learn how to aim for the neck. He keeps snapping off limbs. I'm like, the neck.
Heck.
The neck, Will, the neck.
See, I didn't hate that when they did the
I
Demogorgon
did
thing.
like and the run like screen.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
That was cool. Like again, that's adding the stakes of like time
you
and like
I love-
something to it.
Everything is.
Oh, well, then
somebody was-
they shot that out of the cannon by having Holly and Max have a heart-to-heart for 10 minutes
Yeah.
in front of
That's
the
true.
exit. It's like, girl, you already
Bro,
got caught once.
Paulie and Max's thing. I guess we haven't had a chance to talk about it. We did talk about it on the phone, I think, but we're like, I haven't cried harder when I was like, what? Like when they're going through, getting there. I'm like, how is it? What is Holly contributing to this? She's not gonna be able to get out. They get there, and then Max was literally gonna be like, "See if I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. That's my door."
But I don't have a favorite song or a boyfriend.
And then she
Or
starts
she's like,
thinking-
oh.
Yeah, and then she starts thinking about it, and then she's like, her door opens, which again is still with a tube in her mouth in the objects. But Max then goes, she's like, how'd you know that was gonna work? And Max like, I didn't. I'm like, oh, you were gonna leave her. That would have been crazy. Like that would have been a crazy twist of scene if Max
You
just
are a
ditched her.
monster.
Wouldn't have been. I think it would have been more entertaining if it was, instead of Holly being a person and being sentient this season, why not just have it be Mike? Because what is
sure.
Mike? What is Mike up to this whole season?
Nothing.
I agree with
He's
that.
like a cheerleader.
1000%. It should have
Yeah.
been
Like-
Max and Mike in there because and that adds stakes of like Elle wants to go get him. Obviously, Will wants to find him.
Yeah.
And also gives Elle more to do. I think Millie Bobby Brown was on autopilot this season. I don't think
She's giving the
level
Game of
of
Thrones
effort.
cast interviews. If you go back and look,
Oh,
she's like,
yeah.
how do you feel about your ending? She's like, oh,
They're
whatever.
all kind of a little bit shaky on it.
And I don't think she really put in a lot of effort, to be fair.
Yeah, I could see that.
Whatever happened with her and Finn in that finale, the Mindscape. I keep seeing videos of him like with his hands like that.
like they're like flat, like
he won't touch her when she's dead.
Somebody said people were making fun of her. Like this is not a nitpick. This is just something funny. They were like, they're like, girl, you went up in a wetsuit. In a wetsuit for hours, days now. Like so, it's like you.
I know it stinks.
Yeast infection.
I know it stinks.
No, that's sad.
What do you think a Demogorgon smells like?
Dude.
Can't be worse than I don't know. No one really changed clothes. It was like a tight 6 days of stanking.
The Sinclairs do not give a shit where their kids are at.
They don't care.
I can only imagine, like Max can't even walk for real. I mean, like Vicky is occupied. Probably just guess they got her in a diaper or something.
Carly didn't laugh at my joke, and I was like, when she was rolling around, I was like, it's gonna be tough to run up that hill now, isn't it, Max? Also,
That's not funny.
I also just kind of like just found it funny when I know again this is so stupid. Somebody made a joke while I was on TikTok, and I saw a guy making the joke where it's a kid in a coma just writing his school assignments. They're like Max in an 18-month coma trying to catch up on her schoolwork to graduate with her friends.
She graduated on time. What the hell was
like,
Eddie doing?
2 years?
Eddie was a dumbass. He was like a quadruple senior.
Oh, yeah. It's like fourth year, right?
Yeah, and he's like 22 selling drugs.
Yeah, it's the minors.
Honestly, you gotta look at some of the cast here. Yeah, or not Jonathan. Sorry, Eddie.
Oh, Eddie. Yeah,
quadruple senior Eddie Munson.
But also, Jonathan is at NYU. That guy was a pothead the last time we saw him in school.
Wow. How mad would you be if you're Jonathan? You kind of get jumped for lying about getting into Emerson. You meet up with her. She's dropped out. Are you fucking kidding me? You two broke up. I'm in love with you, bitch.
Somebody said the thing where they're like, if Jonathan was actually a stoner, which he's like, I flushed your purple haze.
You what? You
pushed it right in the goo.
I was supposed to sell that.
If he was a real stoner, he would have noticed it was gone immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my purple haze or whatever?
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for that shit. This is the 80s, too. This shit ain't big. You gotta go meet a guy for that.
Cents. I mean, if it was the 80s, that's probably got more sticks and stones in it than...
Yeah, it's ditchweed. It's fucking ditchweed.
It's not the, I don't know, the kill yourself 11 anxiety mega attack they got today. Not that I would know, but weed's too strong.
Also, they were talking about the Purple Rain, which I did like. Like that's how I just want to talk about it because I know they were like it just got like greenlit to be put in the movies or whatever the term is, like the release happened. They kind of undercut that with like I think there were like 6 needle drops in the last like in a 15-minute span. You had like Landslide, Purple Rain. There was another Prince song. Then there was Here Comes Your Man by the Pixies. That's 4 off the top of my head, and they all happened to him. And so I'm like, stop. Who's hitting skip on the jukebox?
Yeah.
And that's it. Now I'm starting to get to my more like less
the nitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we probably covered all the things we want to cover. I just wanted to talk about it, but I think we all agree. It's like this just left a lot to be desired. What a bummer too. I'm a little let down too. We have to cleanse our palate next week or this upcoming week with some Avatar Fire and Ash talk.
Yeah. Next week's gonna be a banger episode.
Secret Agent,
Avatar Fire and Ash.
Well,
Marty.
we're switching to Resurrection.
You're
Since
switching?
none of you have seen the Secret Agent and you are having trouble finding it. You said you saw a showing for Resurrection? And Eric is at Tyson's, and I will go with you.
I saw one. It's Resurrection in theaters. I was saying I saw the showing for. There was a showing for the Secret, but I can find a Resurrection one.
Well,
I'll let you know.
Well, whatever you can find, because I know it's near us. Both are.
Let me see when I get off this call. I will let you know. But so we're going to be talking Resurrection, Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, Fire and Ash. It'll be a banger.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about Fire and Ash.
Only good stuff. Only good stuff.
Oh, we got a ton.
We're going to cleanse our palates, but we just need to get out here and get this off. Because if we were trying to do this and those movies, this would have been...
It would have been too much.
2.5 hours.
It would have been so much.
All right. Sign off, fellas.
All right. Roll it out. Peace, guys.
Peace.